Hello everyone, welcome to Sharmit. In this session, we are going to talk about two other important properties for border image, that is border image outside and border image width. So in this session, we will discuss these two property in detail. We will see how we can utilize these property to customize the border image. We will see all possible values that we can pass to these two property. Okay, and we will see each and every example from scratch. But before we proceed further, I would like to recommend you to please go and check out the previously released sessions first, because they all are in proper sequence and sync. So if you follow them sequentially, then it would be much more easier for you to understand the ongoing topic. Because for time being, we are just mainly focusing on how to use border image outset and border image width property. Clear? Fine. So I think now we are good to start with the session, and here you can see the code we have noted here is very simple and straightforward. We have just noted down one title in the head section. There is one heading which is showing CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit. Now you can simply save it and refresh it. So once you refresh it, you will see that CSS Cascading Style Sheets by Sharmit has been populated on screen. And this is what we were expecting, right? So let's put the main heading. So here I will write border image outset and border image width properties in CSS. Now you can simply save it and refresh it. So after a refresh, you will see that border image outside and border image outset and border image width property in CSS heading is coming properly. Now to implement this thing, we need one div. So let's add the div. So here what I'll do, I'll write here div. In div, we firstly assign one ID to associate it with ID. So here I'm writing box. Remember one thing, this is case sensitive. So if you are writing something with capital B, so make sure to use it with capital B. Otherwise it won't work. Okay. So here we have noted down capital B. Now to apply the CSS, you can use any approach, internal, inline, external, it will work with all, not only for this property. In fact, for all CSS property, you can use any approach that you want to follow. But for this session and for this pattern, like I'm going to use the internal CSS so that I can show you both code at the same place. Okay, that's why I'm using it internal CSS. So let's write here style. In a style, we will access this ID through uh, con, like selector. So here I'll write hash, then we will write here box, opening and closing curly braces. Then we can put here width height. So firstly I'll put width, which is 600 pixel. After that we will write here height 300 pixel. Okay, then we will write here border. Yeah, we can put border. So let's put border 20 pixel, and we will apply image to it. So here we will write border image source. If you don't know about this property, this is just for attaching the image. Usually, like what we do, we go with a border image and then we use URL. But border image is actually a shortened property that we will discuss in next session, how to use all these values at one place. But if you specifically want to just add the image, so in that case you can use border image source with URL, and in this URL we will write the image name, which is border image.png. So if I show you the image that I'm going to use here is this is the image which I will be using. Okay, now I'll do slicing on this image, and these concept I have already explained, right? What is slicing and all. So we have added the border image, so let's apply border image, and then we can set slice would be 27 and 27, which is width and height. Then we will write here border image. After slice we will set here source, not source, we will set border image source, border image slice, and then we will use border image repeat. In repeat we will use round. So now you will see a perfect border image. Okay, why it is not coming? Because we have not mentioned the solid, and without solid you will not be able to see anything. Perfect. Now you can see there is a proper border coming over here. Now it's time to understand the concept of border image outset. So for that, let's add the background color as well. So here I'll apply the background color for the div. So you just need to write here background color. In background color we will mention red, then simply save it, and after a save you can see here red color is coming. Okay, so now what next? What we are supposed to do next? We are supposed to do here use image background image and then not background image, we should use border image. Don't get confused because I mostly confuse between these things. So border image, because it sounds similar, right? Outside, and here we will set 20 pixel. So what it will do, it will push the border 20 pixel outside. Now you can see earlier it was on red color itself, but now it is 20 pixel away from the outside from the. Similarly, if you make it as 25 pixel, you will see it is 25 pixels away from the background color. So this is how thing works. Okay. If you are providing only one value, that means it is for it will be considered for all four sides. 20 pixels from left, 20 pixels from right, 20 pixels from top, and 20 pixels from bottom. But if you want to use it for separately, for separate side, let's say 2 pixels from left, 2 pixels from right, not 2, 20, any random value I'm providing. Okay, 20 pixels, just to show you how it works. Okay, so if save it, refresh it, so this is how it looks. Okay, so what I did, I just provided 4 separate values to 4 side for the outsource, for the outset, and accordingly it is showing the borders. Similarly, so this is how it works. So this might be an interview question, like sometime interviewer may ask like what will happen if we are providing only one value. So if you are providing only one value, it will be considered for all side, but if you are providing 4 values, that means you are providing values for 4 side, all 4 side. Clear? Fine. So let's see the next property, and the next property is, let me change it to 20 pixels only. Next property is width. So from its name it's clear, like whenever you write border image width property, you can set the width of the property. For example, if I set it as 20 pixel, save it, refresh it. So after 20 pixel you can see this is how it looks like. But similarly, if I make it as 80 pixel, save it, refresh it, now you can see the change in the width of the border. And why it is happening? Because we have changed the width of the border. So whenever you want to change the width of the border, you can simply use this border image width property. Now in the next session, when we talk about the border image shorten property, at that place, like we will use all these values together in one place, and that's the reason mostly we go with border image shorthand properties. Like if we talk about border, if we talk about border, so here also we are using, right, the shortened property. Otherwise, like we have to write a border width separately, border type separately, but to combine all these things we are using shortened property. So similarly, we have shortened property for border image as well, that we will discuss in next session. But for this session mainly we discuss what is border image outset property and what is border image width property. Okay, along with that we have also discussed the possible values. Like here, if you are providing only one value, it means it will be applied for all 4 sides, and if you are providing 4 value, then it will be considered as for 4 side. Similarly, here you can see we are providing 80 pixel, but if you want separate width, so right, 20 pixel, 2 pixel, 4 pixel, then 20 pixel, and then 10 pixel. So if you save it, refresh it, so you can see the difference. Okay, somewhere it is only 2 pixels, somewhere it is 4 pixels, somewhere it is 20 pixel, and somewhere it is 10 pixel. Clear? So this is how it works. So I hope now it is clear to all of you, like how we use border image width property, and if you are providing only one value, then it will consider only for one, it will consider it for all 4 sides. So this is how it looks for 10 pixels. Clear? So yeah, that's all for today. In the next session we will discuss few more things. So thank you for watching Tech Sharmit.